Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Agoracom in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives about recent important news at their companies. With us today, I'm happy to have for the first time Sean Dollinger. He's co-founder, president, and CEO of Namaste Technologies. The company trades under the stock symbol N as in Namaste on the CSE, and for our friends in Germany on the symbol M5BQ. You can find the company at namastetechnologies.com and of course on Agoracom. Now, Namaste, it's a fast-growing, revenue-generating company that's emerging as a leader in the global trend towards vaping. If you're an investor that doesn't know what vaping is, you're about to learn something incredibly important and a great future trend. Hint, it's not to be confused with e-cigarettes. Now, for those of you who are new to this, who are new to the story and learning about Namaste for the first time, here are some highlights that you need to know. The company has got $4.8 million in sales in its initial year, #1 vaporizer distributor in Europe. It owns over 30 e-commerce sites and stores in 20 countries and is expanding aggressively into manufacturing and wholesaling. And if that wasn't enough, on June 7th, Namaste announced an acquisition that is essentially going to double the revenues of the company overnight. With us talk about all of that and more is Sean. Sean, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much, George. How you doing today?
Great. Want to tell everyone, I want to thank you. In order to get this together pretty quickly, you're gracious enough to, put it together on a dime, and you're joining us from your factory there in Florida, your warehouse. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and why you're there?
Yeah, we're here in Jupiter, Florida. We started the business a couple of years ago. And, as you mentioned, we're off to a fantastic start. And behind me is our warehouse in Jupiter, Florida. It's just one of our 5 warehouses. Our main facility centers in the UK. The facility here in Jupiter is more of a holding zone. We open our own product. I actually have one here today. This is a product that we just came out with, which is our own product. And we do, we do inspections over here and make sure that the quality of the products going out to our customers all around the world are fantastic.
All right, before we dive deeper into the success of your business, give everyone at home a layman's explanation as to what vaping is.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, everybody, when we talk about vaporizers, they're like, oh yeah, I see everybody vaporizing in the street, and I'm like, no, that's e-cigarettes. It's completely different. So what we focus on at Namaste is dry herbs. So basically, I actually have a guru here with me, and basically you'd fill up the chamber with dry herbs. So hey, what are the benefits to vaporizing eucalyptus or vaporizing chamomile? Does it help on the digestive system? So it's completely different when you see everybody smoking in the street. That's e-cigarettes. That's a completely different technology. So a lot of people don't even know what a vaporizer is. And basically the use of it is to vaporize instead of actually burn. It's to get the temperature to a certain level that allows the vapor to be let off in the dry herb.
So you get the benefits of the herb and the item that you want to ingest, I guess, but you don't have any of the dangerous side effects when you actually burn things, which creates all sorts of negative side effects.
Yeah, exactly. Like just imagine burning paper. You're not just inhaling whatever you're smoking, you're actually inhaling paper. With vaporizing, you're just getting the benefits of whatever you are vaporizing.
So why is it growing so fast around the world? Are there health benefits? What are the reasons why suddenly it's growing as fast as it is?
Yeah, that's a great question. And again, people, all around the globe are starting to catch on to exactly what you said, the health benefits to actually vaporizing rather than burning, combusting. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you if actually inhaling things into your body is good or bad, but I could guarantee you one thing, vaporizing is definitely a health benefit compared to burning.
So you don't see this as, I'm going to play devil's advocate here because that's part of my job. Do you see this as a trend or a fad?
Yeah, definitely 100% it's not a fad. There's constant new technology coming out. For example, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, everybody was vaporizing dry herbs. Here we are just 6 months later, And now everybody's vaporizing concentrates and waxes and oils. And it's amazing how things are taking off and at the speed they're taking off. There's a product called the packs. And the packs, for example, could only be used with dry herb. Here we are 6 months down the road, 55% of the product being used in vaporizers can't even be used with the most popular vaporizer in the world. So it just gives you an idea of how the space is innovating and how things are changing, and it's just really an exciting space to be part of. And the last question, then we're gonna dive into your business. Tell me about who's vaping and what are they vaping? I'll ask I'll ask about the elephant in the room. Is this for medical marijuana, or is it for all sorts of applications and different things? Yeah, so as we know, the laws are very touchy on the subject. So in Canada, the Canadian government accepted marijuana from the start as a medical substance. In the US, however, the federal government has not accepted marijuana from medical or recreational. So if you go out to Colorado, for example, and you're vaporizing marijuana on a ski hill where a park ranger is federal, you could actually get arrested. So we need to be really, really careful about what we're marketing and advertising these products for. Obviously, it could be used for medical marijuana, and perhaps as it's more acceptably used in the environment and federal regulations change, then obviously our research and development will change over here. Right. But for the time being, we're really studying the effects of, hey, if you do vaporize chamomile, does it help with the digestion? And you could vaporize literally 100 different types of items. You know, people are even vaporizing alcohol these days. So really, the health benefits are endless, and where it could go, no one knows. And there's no doubt it's growing. So so let's talk about your business. You reported $4.8 million in your first year. Where did that revenue primarily come from? Yeah, so the amazing thing about that revenue is it's all been internationally driven. So up to this point, all our business is outside of the US and Canada, which once you take the time to think about it, it's pretty amazing that we're introducing these products to countries that haven't even got to the level that Canada and the US yet on the innovation. So that's where all of our revenues have been from up to this point, taking advantage of the pound, the euro, etc. And that's primarily e-commerce driven, right? It's not like you have to go build expensive stores and lease expensive real estate. You got e-commerce sites that are doing the majority or all of your sales right now. Yeah, that's 100% correct. So just like how Vapor Seller, the company that we just acquired, they have 20 employees. The way we're set up on the .com is that we're able to absorb and go to double in revenue with just one added employee. And that one added employee is just to pick and pack in the warehouse all the orders. But from the logistics standpoint, we are set up extremely well to be able to acquire many more .coms in each country that we have or we believe could be amazing markets to expand in, with just being able to add 1 or 2 employees to double, triple in size. So it's interesting you bring up the acquisition. So let's talk about that. What's this acquisition going to mean to the company in terms of financial performance, revenue and profitability, and what's it going to mean in terms of new markets for you? Yeah, so they were already profitable. So with us acquiring them and being able to take advantage of our experienced staff, our experienced logistics, as well as our software platforms that we have in place, it'll allow us to be even more profitable. The great thing also is they have 300 SKUs, which presently we do not even carry. And that's where their revenue is being driven from. So we are really excited to take those products and introduce them to our global network as well. So yeah, we're feeling really, really great about this acquisition. And the management team that comes with it, Thailand, his experience, and going to be joining and believing in the Namaste Technology team, and our vision is really, really awesome over here. Do they provide you an entry into the U.S. market? Because the majority of your sales, about 75% or so, are from Europe. Does this provide you geographically with some advantages? Exactly. So basically, this allows us the full access to the US market. That was the reason why we went ahead and acquired them. As well, they have 150,000 emails in their database from past customers. So as I mentioned, the Guru right here, which launches July 1st, for example, we're actually able to send an email out to 170,000 customers, 150,000 plus reoccurring customers to introduce them to this brand new product line.
Do customers typically, is this the kind of thing where customers can have 2 or 3 vaporizers because of different needs, different sizes, or just for style purposes?
So it's funny, about 2 months ago, we were in a meeting, and Corey says, vaporizer acquisition syndrome. And I'm like, vaporizer acquisition syndrome? What in the world is that?
I don't know what that is.
So basically, it's an addiction, and it kind of falls on people having an addiction to having the latest iPhone. Same thing with vaporizers. I mentioned earlier in our conversation how the technology is constantly changing. And you know, people have this addiction to getting the latest, greatest vaporizer out there. There's some people, believe it or not, have 50 plus vaporizers.
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
And it's really encouraging from a business standpoint. I've been part of 5 different .coms up to this point, extremely successful ones. But the big problem we had, it was always one-off sales. We never knew when that next sale would come. With vaporizers, it's amazing that we could sell accessories, and we have this trusted name, and customers are coming back asking and wanting more, you know?
The last thing I want to talk about your business, and this is what I found, what I find amazing. Everybody wants to grow. That's business 101. And typically most businesses, when they grow, primarily are focusing on one line, on one thing. You guys have organic growth to the tune of what, 5-6% a month? You're coming out new. You're going to new markets. You're expanding from e-commerce into manufacturing. You're also going to be wholesaling. You're also in this M&A cycle right now. It's almost too good to be true. Are you guys going to be able to execute on all 3 of these fronts? And if so, how do you see the growth of Namaste over the next 5 years? What are your goals?
Yeah, so, you know, M&As, as I mentioned, if they're .coms, it's really, really in our powerhouse, right, in our niche to take over .coms. You know, do we want to acquire manufacturers? Not really, because it's hard enough to come out and keep up with the technology. So us being able to have our own manufacturing brand is good enough for me. But M&A targets in .com, that's really where I feel we could really go after some great players out there, bring them on board, create an amazing management team, and keep growing. So, you know, with that, I definitely see that growing. We actually have a couple more targets on our list that we are in, you know, really prelim talks with. What we decided from our side, and kind of what you mentioned just a few minutes ago, is it too good to be true? What we want to do is show the world that we could acquire Vapor Seller, bring them under our belt, come out with results in 3 months' time, and show the world that, hey, Namaste Technologies really knows and really says and does exactly as they say. As well as our chairman, Sid, came out with this amazing plan to show 6% organic growth per month. And I'm proud to say we're hitting those targets. We're going to keep on hitting those targets. And you know, if you do the math, that means we're doubling our organic revenue each year.
That's what I love about the story. I mean, the organic growth is strong. Add in some M&A, and you guys could be at the forefront of the vaping industry. You know, the King Kong of it in the next 3 years.
Absolutely, and that's why we didn't even talk about the business to business. So that would be the cherry on top of everything. The nice thing about Namaste is we're our own distribution. So instead of begging people, hey, please carry our line of Grizzly Gurus, or you know, Grizzly Vapes, or Grizzly Originals, you know, Namaste, we're the most trusted online vaporizer store in the world. So a product, for example, like the Guru that we truly believe in, independent review companies are already writing phenomenal reviews on it. We actually could just go ahead, integrate it into our whole network, and bring an amazing product to all our customers around the globe. If a distributor wants to carry it, fabulous. If you know, but we'll keep going as is. And my number one goal is to bring amazing products to our customers around the globe.
That sounds a lot like Steve Jobs and other winners that have succeeded in other hard work kind of businesses. You focus on amazing products and the rest takes care of itself. And right now you guys are taking care of business just fine as it is. So I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do next 3 months, in the next 12 months and onward. Last question. We got to talk about you for a second, because in the small cap world, it's very, very important that you bet on the jockey as much as you bet on the horse. And obviously what that means is management in the small cap space is incredibly important. You've got tremendous experience. You've done hundreds of millions of dollars in e-commerce sales before Namaste. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why shareholders should feel really confident about how you're going to be guiding Namaste.
Yeah, so I've been in the .com industry for 15 plus years now. I've had 5, well, this will be my 5th extremely successful .com. The other ones were all private. And the reason why I kept those private is we entered into those industries towards the later part. The vaporizer industry, the reason why I'm so excited about it with my 15 plus years of online experience is that we're at the infancy stages of this business. And to me, the sky's the limit. Being public, it allows us to do acquisitions like we did. So you're not getting someone who just happened to fall into this space, which I fell into this industry, but .com has a formula. And that's why you see people who start PayPal and eBay and Google, they could go on and start many more successful .coms. And, you know, that's what I feel I bring. I think we've already put together an amazing team. I'm really good at forming teams, and with my experience in different industries, knowing what characteristics bring a good team together. And, you know, that's why I have such amazing hopes for our business. And I think we're going to do amazing with it. And, you know, up to this point, I've been fortunate enough where I haven't taken a salary. And I watch things as small as phone bills coming in and making sure we're using the latest technology on Skype platforms to make sure we're using our shareholders' money to the best of its ability. And up to now, like I said, I've been taking a $1 salary. And any money that's ever raised for our company is to actually grow it. So since we're cash flow positive presently, we don't need to go raise money to raise money for miscellaneous expenses. It's to actually go out there and get value for our shareholders.
Sean, you and I could go on easily for another hour based on your experience, where vaping is going, but we're going to leave it at that, because we know we're going to have you back on here several more times over the next 12 months. But congratulations on your great success just in the first year. Congratulations on this definitive agreement. It closes. Tell everyone at home this acquisition should close what, end of June?
End of June, June 30th. And we're, you know, I want to show the world also that when we set things out that we're closing at June 30th, we're going to come really, really close to that June 30th target. All
right. So we're going to look forward to that and everything else you're going to be doing. To me, Namaste represents one of the best small cap companies we've had on Agoracom in a very long time. You have great management, great products. You're already an industry leader, and the industry itself is destined for huge growth. And we can talk about those more another time. But thanks for being with us. Thanks for taking the time to join us from your warehouse facility, just one of 5 in Florida there. And we'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, and really appreciate everything, and look forward to meeting again soon.
You've been watching Sean Dollinger. He's co-founder, president, CEO of Namaste Technologies. The company trades on the stock symbol N as in Nancy, or N as in Namaste, on the CSE in Toronto. In Germany, for our German friends, it trades on the Frankfurt Exchange on the stock symbol Mary5 BQ. You can find the company online at namastetechnologies.com, and of course at Agoracom, where you can start gathering all the information you need. Go take a look at their hub. Fantastic profile, fantastic management, everything you need to know. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Make sure to do due diligence on Namaste. Trust me on that. There's one company to watch for the next 12 to 24 months. Have a great day. See you next time.